I have dedicated my professional career to the study and control of arthropods.
Hello. I recently, actually, I think it was the day before I got back from my trip, had a message in my inbox and was tagged by JustAEropeanGuy, which I've never been haven't been tagged before. I didn't even quite know what it exactly meant, although I'd seen tagged videos. He sent a reply back stating that I had to make a 5 facts video. So I'm going to do that to kind of get it out of the way. However, I'm not going to tag anybody else. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do, tag more people after. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm too much. I don't know. It seems like too much coercion for me to do to somebody else. I don't mind getting tagged, I suppose, but tagging somebody else is just something I'm not likely to do. But what I'm going to talk about were 5 facts. That's 5 facts about what? Just 5 random facts, 5 generic things about me, 5 things nobody knows about me, 5 personal things I've never told anyone. Probably none of which I would actually say on YouTube. So therefore, those are out. So I thought, just something I am not likely to make a video about in the future. Maybe I will, but who knows. But I'm not likely to have a reason to talk about it. So my 5 facts are body modification facts, personal body modification facts. Some of you may have noticed that I have piercings. I have a labret. But I just want to, okay. So fact number 5. I'll count down here. Fact number 5. I have no tattoos. Not because of not a desire to have any. It's just that for decades I've never had money. At the same time, I've had access to a tattoo artist. So no tattoos, although I do have. I can't really see it here. I'm not gonna. I've got a whole bunch of colored spots on my thumb that I guess count as tattoos, kind of. But what those are is they're actually elastomer fish tags. We prime the little syringe we used to tag fish with. I primed it under my skin for some reason. Okay, how about that? But that's not really a tattoo. I got a bunch of great designs, ones I've sketched out a long time ago, and I've never gotten to. So there, number 5. All right, fact number 4. My oldest body piercing is 25 years old. Many years before most people had really even heard of such a thing. I really did it as part of. It was something. Yeah. Anyway, early '80s thing. The old safety pin through the nose thing. My oldest piercing I still have is, however, 25 years old. That would be a nipple piercing. So let's see. My youngest piercing. It's kind of part of the same thing. My youngest piercing is 7 years old, and that is my epidrava. Okay, so that's 2. Let's see, 3 facts. Number 3. I have currently. I'm down to. I've let a lot of my piercings grow out. Just simply, I don't have time. My current piercing count is 14 non-ear pierces. I don't even have pierced ears. That's down from a maximum. I think the most I've had at one time is 22, and I'm down to 14, which is it's a reasonable number. Most of which I can keep hidden, except for the labret, which I've sort of taken with me into my professional, into academia. Okay, so now. Fact number 2. Which should it be? Oh, I know. My piercings. Every single one of my piercings I've done myself. I have had one person pierce me before, but the piercing I didn't keep it. Not because somebody else did it, but it didn't heal right. I didn't particularly like it. But every piercing that I have, and all of the other piercings that I have had in the past, except for one, I've done myself. some of the most difficult ones on that, like I pierced my tongue. That was pretty difficult to hold. I mean, I needed an extra pair of hands to make that one work. I did get it, but it was fairly difficult. Okay, so now number 1. I guess I'd do my most intense piercing. Because people, especially when I used to have like I had a lot of facial piercings. Mostly, like, I got a bunch through my nose, nostrils, and big bar through my nose. I still have my my septum piercing. It's actually an aught gauge. It's my largest piercing, but I wear a retainer in it simply because I found it too distracting when teaching. I mean, it was too distracting anyway. My most intense piercing, I think, would have to be, and I don't know if it's probably got another name. I don't know if they're because I like to look at it as a combination. I have a Apadrava and an Ampelang, and I call it the Southern Cross because I think it's kind of funny. Like the CSN song. Whenever I listen to that, I think about it, so it's kind of funny. But I think that was the most intense because especially the Ampelang. I honestly didn't think I could do it. It took. First of all, the pain was got to be one of the most painful things that I've ever experienced. And on top of the pain, I think the endorphins from the pain, there was maybe shock or something going on because it was almost a mystical experience. I was blacking out isn't the right word, but I was confused. I was I kept it's almost like time was stopped, and I think I think pain brought on some kind of a weird dialectic thing because I kept almost quitting in the middle, not thinking I could do it, and it took every shred of will that I had to complete it, and to not just complete it, but also to complete it so that it was done right. I kept thinking all of these thoughts about I'm damaging myself or I'm all these kinds of stuff. I mean, it was really, really phenomenally intense. The next closest thing I think I've ever had to that is when I did my septum piercing. That it felt like a bad root canal. I mean, I think I hit nerve that went down to my teeth, and I mean, it was pretty intense. That's one I probably shouldn't have done. But my the Ampelang especially, I would have to say, if I lost it for some reason, say it had to be removed and healed up, I wouldn't redo it. I don't think that I'm physically capable of doing that one again. That's how really, really intense it was, and it's my favorite piercing. I love it, but I could never do it again. I simply don't have that kind of willpower at the time. It was one of those things, kind of like a journey you start, and the only reason you complete the journey is that you've already gone so far. Going back seems worse, if that makes as an analogy that makes sense. It's farther to go back than it is to go forward, even though it's taking everything you have. Anyway, okay, I'm going to end that. I'm going to stop this now and hope to make another video today. So thanks and take care.